Hey there, I'm Steph, and I'm a speech therapist with Mankato Clinic. I work at Pediatric Therapy Services with friends just like you all day long. One of my favorite things to do with my friends is to read stories. And today we're going to read a story. But first, I wanted to talk about the 5 ways we can be a good listener while listening to stories. The first way is to get cozy with your grown-ups. Your grown-up might be a person in your house that cares about you and helps you. This might be somebody like your mom or your dad, your aunt, your uncle, your grandma, your grandpa, or even a teacher. So get cozy with your grown-ups. The next way is to have our hands waiting. We're going to have waiting hands. Our hands can be on our lap or at our sides. The third way to be a good listener while listening to stories is to have our eyes wide open. When our eyes are wide open, they can see all the pictures we're about to look at. The next way is to have our ears turned on. Our eyes and our ears work together so that they can understand the story. The last way, the 5th way to be a good listener is to have our mouths quiet. When our mouths are quiet, our ears can do their job. All right, are you ready to read our story? We're going to read The Runaway Tomato. This story is written by Kim Cooley Reeder, and the pictures are by Lincoln Agnew. The title of the book is The Runaway Tomato. The title tells us what the book is going to be about. So we might guess that the book is going to be about a tomato. Should we find out? All right. Get closer. Perfect day, full of light. Rain, rain, rain through the night. Tomato grows big, big, big. Door is stuck. Get a rig. Mower pulls, vroom, vroom, vroom. Try the tractor, make some room. Children coming, make the hike. Bringing scooters, wagons, bikes. Hook them up one by one. Parents follow, on the run. Tug and pull, push and shove. Tomato stuck, still won't budge. Tow truck pulls with all its might. Whole town's here, and what a sight! Everyone push, 1, 2, 3. Tomato slides, finally free. Wow, look how big that tomato is. Look at all those people. Heads up, move, look out below. Tomatoes rolling, won't go slow. Faster, faster, down it slides. Hold on tight. Oh, what a ride. Will it slow, will it stop? Not yet, so call in the cops. Look at the tomato. It starts at the house and it rolls all the way under the bridge, around the loop-de-loop and heading towards town. Oh no. Police car comes, officers try, tomato zooms right on by. Firefighters on the double, ladders raised. Looks like trouble. Firefighters slip and slide right on down the tomato's side. Far too slippery, can't hold tight. Look, 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 a chopper's flight. A chopper is another word for helicopter. Do you see the helicopter up in the corner? Here it comes. Oop, gotta turn the book this way. Chopper lowers rope with hook, flies straight up. Oh no, look! Up, up, up into the sky. Tomatoes going high, high, high. Oh wow. Rope is squeezing much too tight. Tomatoes squishing. What a sight. Sauce is falling down, down, down like rain, rain, rain across the town. Yuck, 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 yells the crowd. It's like a bursting tomato cloud. Look, they're filling up their pots and pans with tomato sauce. Cleanup time begins right here. Everyone now go get your gear. Fill the wagons to the brim. Pickups waiting, dump it in. Tractors plow up fields of goo. Mixer trucks collect your crew. Dozers push, backhoes dig. Sauce fills up 10 big rigs. A big rig is another way to say big trucks. There's bulldozers and dump trucks and wagons all filled with tomato sauce. Garbage trucks, your turn is here. Back them up. Put them in gear. Fill the hopper to the top. Hopper's full. Time to drop. To the dump they zoom, zoom, zoom. Dump it out. No more room. Drive back down. The work is done. Mess is cleaned up. Now time for fun. Hurry, hurry, one and all. It's Tomato Fest at City Hall. Wow, look at this. I get to open up this page now. That's a lot. Have a scoop or take a sip. Try the coaster or a flip. Throw balloons or take a swim. Pool is filled up to the brim. Sun is setting on the town. Time to dance. Let's hoe down. Grab a partner, do-si-do, twist and twirl. Then take it slow. Look at this festival. A festival is another way to say party. They're having a party all about tomatoes. I see people doing lots of different things. Dancing, eating, swimming. This is a fun page to look at. Darkness settles on the square, tired people everywhere. Strolling home without a peep, work is done, town's fast asleep. Rain, rain, rain through the night. Sun is shining bright, bright, bright. Tomatoes growing at the dump. No more room. Bump, bump, bump. Bumping, squishing down the hill. Grab your gear. You know the drill. Uh-oh, look at all of those big tomatoes. Maybe they're going to have another party. And that's the end of our story. I love that book. Another favorite activity that I have at my work that I play with my friends is sensory bins. And I wanted to do an activity that kind of goes along with our story. So I have a challenge for you guys. I have a challenge for you guys to make your own sensory bin at home. And it's really not as tricky as you would think. First, you have to grab a container. A container that you can put things in and that you would have enough room to dig and play in. So this could be like a cake pan or maybe a bin or a large bowl. I've grabbed just an empty toy bin that I have. So this is going to be my bin. The next thing you're going to need is you're going to need a filler. And a filler can be something easy to grab like cotton balls or pipe cleaners from your craft bin or maybe Play-Doh, or you could grab something from your pantry like dried pasta or dried beans. Or you could even go to the store and you could get something like kinetic sand or water beads. At my house, we just happen to have some kinetic sand. So my filler inside of my container is kinetic sand. See it in there? And kinetic sand is super fun to play with. Okay, and the next thing you're going to need, so after you get your container and after you get your filler, I'm going to have you collect things. And it's going to be parts of our story that we just read. So I've collected a few things, and the first thing I collected was a red ball. And this is going to be our tomato in the story. So if you remember, that tomato is kind of the main part of our story. So that's going to go into my bin. And then the next part of the story, there are lots of people. So I've collected some Lego guys as our people. So So if you remember, that tomato started rolling down the hill and the people tried to stop it. They couldn't stop it. So they had to call in the police officers and the fire trucks. But the police officers and the fire trucks couldn't stop that big tomato. It kept rolling down and heading towards town. So then they quickly had to call that chopper. And if you remember, the chopper is another word for helicopter. And remember how that helicopter carried it way up high into the sky, but then the rope got too tight and it squished tomato sauce all over the town? So then all the people had to grab their buckets and their saucepans and little buckets so that they could fill up and clean up their tomato sauce. But that wasn't enough. So then they had to call in the big rigs. And if you remember, a big rig is like a dump truck, or they had tractors and bulldozers. So these are all the important parts of the story, and I put them into our sensory bin. So the challenge is to make a sensory bin at home, collect your items, and then use your imagination to play and retell the story at home with your grown-up. And that's all I have for today. I hope you guys have fun playing, and I can't wait to hear all about it. Bye, friends.